Today we're going someplace we've never been before, and to get there we had to take a boat.
You guessed it, we had to take a ferry. We're here on the island of Eru where it's cold and windy, but we're still going to check it out today. I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Miranda.
Hi, I'm Maya.
We're the Youngs.
We've spent our lives traveling the world.
And in 2018, we moved from
Chicago, Illinois to
Copenhagen, Denmark.
Now we want to share with you
how our new lives abroad
is keeping us young.
Keeping us young.
Are helping to keep us young.
Like an awkward time to be here because it is winter and it is blowing and it is super cold, but we had to come down here because there are these beautiful little beach huts here, and they're an integral part of Eru. Everybody kind of thinks of this little line of beach huts that are here. They're very special to Eru. They have rules about how you can use them. You cannot you cannot have electricity, you cannot have running water. They have to stay as they are. Some of them even have names. There's one named Aladdin, there's one named Piruzlust, and they're just super cute. And we will definitely come back in the summer when it's actually the time of year to enjoy this. But it was just kind of a welcome change to stop by all these brightly colored houses here on Eru. One of the cool things that Josh and Maya discovered earlier this year when they were traveling was that you can get an U-Pass. And it's like a little passport that you can get for all of the different islands that are part of Denmark. And so we're on Eru. So what you can do is each of the islands have one of these little things here. And you take your little page and you hold it up if you can. And it's like doing a rubbing. So we're gonna see if we're centered. Not doing a very good job. There we go. Good enough. So there's my very dirty passport stamp.
And that's your first stamp.
That's my first stamp. I'm excited about it. So Josh will get to stamp his, and then we'll go take a walk and see what there is, even though it's kind of cold and windy today. We're walking around this really cool part of Eru, which is all these old houses, and we kind of came to the realization as we're walking around that this weather is actually really difficult for a lot of Americans, especially ones who move from those sunny states. We were lucky that we moved from Chicago, so we're pretty used to it. But yeah, I mean, it's cold and windy, but it's such a great atmosphere to see all these cool old houses.
I love Danish pastries. I have to be honest with you. So while we're here in Eru, we've got the chance to actually go to a small, bakery where they just make things here. Not a place. There's great places in Copenhagen, and good places where we live in Lyngby. Some of those get stuff shipped in. It's not always made right there on site, but this clearly is authentic. So even though we don't really need it right now, we're gonna buy some pastries, take it so we have them with us. I think I'm probably going to get some hindbærsnitter, which is easily my favorite. They have some really good looking ones here. Miranda wants to get one of these honey hearts, and so we'll pick up one of those for her, and I'm sure I will just randomly get other things too because it all looks absolutely amazing.
cafe to warm up and get some food, and I opted for this delicious looking daily soup, which is made with some green vegetables, and I've got some cream here and some nice brown bread and some tea, and Josh got a very nice looking pulled pork sandwich.
And by the way, this beer, I'm feeling it.
This place is so hygge. I really love it here. They've got some great, like, you can even buy some Eru clothes and some food things, and they've got like a little shop here. It's so cute and nice, and I cannot wait to dig into this soup.
All right, for this one, we've got Steven Spielberg behind the camera working. I know. And this is like the 5th take, and I've said that every single time because it's true. Right now, we're here in Eru, as we mentioned, and the real reason why we came here this weekend is we wanted to see a little bit of the Christmas spirit here, to include it in our Christmas video. Unfortunately, with the markets closed because of COVID, it's not quite the same as it normally would be, but there's a lot of really cool decorations and trees and lots of neat things to see and gluk to drink and all kinds of stuff that still feels like Christmas. So we'll show you a little bit of that now, and then we're going to have some of that also in our Christmas video as we try to kind of piece together what Christmas is like around different parts of Denmark. And in this case, we're here in Eru, which is a super cool town. Right now, we're in the square, and we just had some wonderful lunch. And Brisket, he's trembling, and I feel like it's mostly because it's cold, because it is cold right now. But I also don't think he's a big fan of being held. But Brisket's with us having a good time too. So let's take a look at some of the Christmas decorations and see what else we got here in Eru. The one thing you don't see very much of in Denmark is cliffs or hills.
Anything of elevation.
Anything of elevation. I'm pretty sure once I saw a pile of garbage and somebody said that's the tallest point in Denmark. Maybe this doesn't count since we're on an island, and it's not, although I guess technically Copenhagen's on an island, but we'll get rid of forgetting the logistics of it. This is pretty cool because it's like a cliff here.
Yeah.
And I did not read very much about it, so I'm gonna let Miranda talk about it and get out of the picture. But tell us what we're looking at. Well, first, by the way, if a gust of wind goes by, I feel like Brisket's gonna fall off the edge.
Go off the edge.
But here we go. Miranda, tell us about this.
So we are at Voder Clint. Here on the coast of Eru, and these cliffs are actually formed by natural landslides due to the makeup of what this land is actually made of. It's made of a form of blue-green clay, and hundreds, thousands and thousands of years ago they had these landslides and it created these cliffs. Because of that, it is designated as a special scenic and geological reserve, so this is a very special part of Eru. But during the summer months, they do allow cattle and sheep to come here to graze, so you can kind of see them coming through and keeping the grass down and stuff. But it is an amazing view. I'm not exactly certain what we can see over on the other side because it's a little bit of a gray day, but it is a gorgeous view. And you really get a nice breeze coming in, and it's really beautiful up here. Point of Eru, and we came here because there's this awesome lighthouse. This lighthouse actually dates back to 1881, and the prism that's up here at the top of this lighthouse, still serving all these ships that are sailing around, was actually dates back to when the lighthouse was built. So that's what makes it so cool. It's unusual for lighthouses to still have their original hardware. But if you look out into the waters on clear days, you can see all the way to Germany. You can see the other islands that are here in the archipelago. And it's just a really, really cool place to come and see kind of all of this beautiful scenery.
All right, that may be the smallest door possible.
It was. That was so cool. You can actually like it because it's still using the same hardware that it had when it was originally built. So you can smell the propane because it's actually a propane lantern up there and not like a giant light bulb. And it had all those just awesome like glass prisms. And you were saying that, you know, and I had never either seen like an actual lighthouse up close to see the prism and how it works. It's really cool.
Hello!
Hi!
We are back from Eru, back in our house.
Yeah, we've returned.
And what I refer to as the lazy set.
It's late.
Yeah.
And we're tired and we've worked all day.
Yeah, and it's so I've got try to set up different locations in the house, but this one requires moving no furniture.
And it kind of works,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, we got
All
Rex
right.
City
Hey,
back there
There he is.
from the last video.
There
We
it
still
is.
haven't put him outside. That'll be a task for this
Our
weekend.
awesome St. Paul and the Broken Bones poster.
Yeah, that as
which
well.
I love.
And Gregory Allen Isaacoff over
Yeah.
here somewhere. So we are back from Eru, and we wanted to really quickly just say that we had such a great time.
Yeah.
The weather was less than ideal.
It was, but I think we're pretty used to that being from Chicago and stuff. But Brisket, he did not care at all. He was living his best life. He thought that was the best weather ever. And he just loved it.
When we walked out to the bathhouses, he was like running.
Oh my God.
And he was having a blast. He
Yeah.
really had a super good time.
He had so much fun. And it was so fun walking through the streets and seeing all the cute houses, all the row houses all decorated for Christmas and things. I'm sure people probably got creeped out because I was looking in their windows. But I loved all the decorations that people put in their windowsills. And it's so pretty and relaxing. And then we had such a good lunch at that restaurant.
Yeah, and it was really nice that they let us bring Brisket in. So
Yeah,
it was, you know, we were concerned about being able to find a place that we could even go with him. But
Yeah.
they let him in. He was hanging out on the ground. We're eating up, relaxing. We actually
Yeah.
chatted with these people next to us who are
Yeah.
from Denmark, but were asking about Brisket and telling us about their dog. It was just a great atmosphere. Altogether, I think it was a pretty chill place.
I think it was Den Gammel Kubman, I think is what it was called.
We were, it's like in the main square.
Yeah, it was so
there
good.
weren't very many things open because it was a Friday, and with all the COVID stuff, things...
And it's
well,
off season for Eru.
Yeah, so we were lucky to find a place, but it was great. I mean, I would love to go back in the summer. It wasn't that hard to get to. We only spent 5 or 6 hours there because we took the ferry that morning, and then we took the ferry that night off to leave. But I would love to go and spend a couple nights and just relax because it's just pretty.
And I'd love to go back to that lighthouse because that was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was and it was neat to go there towards the end of the day as it was sunset. And by end of the day, I mean probably 2 p.m. in Denmark when the sun sets. It was, yeah. But it was a super cool time. I would definitely recommend going. We had a good time. We will go back. And one day we'll have another video with it in the summer. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and let us know about other places we should go. When I say to people I have a list, I literally have a list.
He always has a list.
I have a Google spreadsheet where I keep track of everything.
He really likes
and
spreadsheets.
Trying to track when we plan to record things and shoot things and upload it. So I'm definitely keeping a list with your recommendations.
Yes.
And we've already taken some of them and done some of those things.
We
appreciate it. Yeah, so coming up soon, we've got a Christmas beer tasting video that we'll get I'll get slightly intoxicated probably about over the weekend. And then we've got Colding coming up after this too. And then we've got a Christmas video that we're trying to put together. It's going to be a bit limited because of all the new restrictions. It makes it harder to get out and do things.
Yeah, you can't go to Tivoli this weekend.
We can't,
now.
The stuff in Tivoli is not happening. And Bakken is also closed. Yeah. So those were on the list of places to go. But that's okay. We'll still make the most of it. But thanks for watching.
Yes.
And please subscribe. We'd appreciate it.
Hit the like button.
And say hello. We'd like to hear from you. So thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.